When you sit here, the one question everybody has is there a part of you that thinks it's time for me to get back in the studio, or you're in no rush to do that, or are you waiting till the time is right for you?
Yeah, I think...
Because we can't use the word retirement for you.
Yeah. No, I already did that. I can't do that ever again. I would say I want to make music, but it has to be something important. I don't want to just make a bunch of tunes. That's not going to serve me. It won't feed me, first of all.
What does feed you? What feeds you?
I have to be saying something important. It has to mean something. It has to mean something to a larger society. Like 444, for example, was a personal story.
Yeah.
But the amount of vulnerability in there allowed for a lot of people to explore the space.
Da will sich dann auch mal bei uns blicken lassen. Und da Jay-Z und Beyoncé mal bei uns blicken lassen. Und da Jay-Z und Beyoncé.
Take me through your name, the origin of the name, and where it started, and to what it is today.
Well, my mother named me Shawn because when I was born to her, it was her right.
Shawn. That's a nice name.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
Yeah. People start calling me it.
Yeah. I see. Right.
Your kids think you're cool?
Blue, she be fronting on me a little bit, but I catch her. I catch her in the corner, Now she asks me, if this cool, if her sneakers or whatever she's wearing.
She wants your advice.
Yeah. She's come back. But there was a time where she was like, Dad.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm cool. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
At your house, your parents is cool.
Wow.
Hitmaker.
What is Act 3 gonna be? What kind of genre of music she gonna lean into? Afro beats, reggae, hip hop. Her and Jay-Z do Everything Is Love Part 2. What we getting with Act 3?
I honestly feel like rock and roll. Like she really channeling her Tina Turner era. Like, she's doing that. I think rock and roll is gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be obviously some other things thrown in there, but this was what's her name? What's the daughter name?
Blue Ivy.
This was Blue Ivy's tour.
Period.
Yep. And Rumi. Yeah, this was their tour.
A lot of people want to see the original because of the Destiny's Child reunion that happened the final day of the tour in Vegas that we talked about. A lot of people want to see the original
So
members.
Act 3 would be the Destiny's Child.
Oh, Act 3, that would be hard.
That
That would be 3 because it's 3 of them. You know what I mean? Act 3 would be hard if it was Destiny's Child reunion.
That would be dope.
Yeah,
That'd be
hell
fire.
Yes.
Because I would be there. What?
You'd be there regardless.
Yeah, you're right.
I want people to appreciate and respect me as an artist. I think that's what successful is for me. And I want Destiny's Child to come back and kill it. I want us each to grow individually, become stronger, and write some great songs together and do something unpredictable and different, and basically show the world that girls can get along and girls can love each other and girls can go do solo records that are successful and still come back and love their group members.
Have you ever watched someone completely snap and realized it wasn't just emotion? It was years of pressure finally boiling over. Because right now the internet isn't just watching another Nicki Minaj rant. People are asking something much bigger. Is Nicki Minaj exposing the music industry's most untouchable billionaire? Or is she starting a war she can't finish? This isn't just rap beef. This isn't just celebrity drama. This is money, power, silence, and an empire that might finally be cracking. And it all goes back to one promise that was supposed to change music forever, but instead may have created one of the deepest betrayals in hip-hop history. Because before Nicki ever started calling out Jay-Z publicly, before the internet split into sides, before the rumors started flying, there was Tidal. And what happened behind the scenes is where everything begins. Back in 2015, Jay-Z walked out with the biggest names in music standing beside him: Madonna, Kanye West, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj. All of them lined up like superheroes about to rewrite the rules of the industry. Jay-Z wasn't just launching a streaming service, he was selling a revolution. The idea was simple. Artists would finally own their work. No more corporations taking the profit, no more pennies from Spotify. Tidal was supposed to be different, and every superstar on that stage was allegedly promised something massive: a stake in the company, ownership, a real piece of the pie. Now, to the average person, 3% ownership doesn't sound life-changing, but when you're talking about a platform valued in the hundreds of millions, That's not just a bonus. That's generational wealth. That's tens of millions of dollars. And Nicki Minaj believed she was securing her spot in history. But the dream didn't last because Tidal struggled. It couldn't compete with Spotify. It couldn't dominate like Apple Music. And eventually, Jay-Z sold it. And that's where the silence started, because according to what Nicki has hinted at, that money never landed where it was supposed to. And when someone believes they've been cheated out of tens of millions, that's not business anymore, that's personal. Nicki didn't treat this like a quiet disagreement. She didn't handle it behind closed doors. She did what Nicki always does when she feels cornered. She went nuclear. Suddenly, her name wasn't just attached to rap beef, it was attached to accusations, rants, explosive claims that Jay-Z wasn't just a rapper, but a puppet master controlling the industry. She started posting like someone who wasn't just mad, but convinced she'd been played. At one point, she mocked Jay-Z directly, claiming he ruined everything. Hip-hop, sports, touring, social media. The post sounded almost unreal, like she was watching an empire collapse in real time. And people laughed at first, because Nicki has always been dramatic. Nicki has always been intense. But then fans started noticing this time felt different. Because this wasn't about another female rapper. This wasn't about chart competition. This was about money. And when money gets involved, that's when things get dangerous. And Nicki wasn't done, because she didn't just frame Jay-Z as someone who owed her, she framed him as someone who controls everything, even the NFL. One of the strangest parts of Nicki's anger was how often she brought up Lil Wayne. She argued that when the Super Bowl was held in New Orleans, Wayne should have been the one on that stage, not anyone else. And since Jay-Z's Rock Nation is deeply tied into NFL entertainment, Nicki put the blame squarely on him. In her mind, Jay-Z wasn't just booking halftime shows, he was deciding who gets rewarded and who gets erased. That's a heavy accusation, because it feeds into the bigger conspiracy people already whisper about, that Jay-Z isn't just a businessman, he's the gatekeeper. And Nicki was basically screaming, the gatekeeper is crooked. But then, the story took a turn nobody expected, because right as this industry feud was exploding, Nicki shocked the world in a completely different way. Not musically, politically, and it split her fan base down the middle overnight. Late 2025 into 2026, Nicki Minaj made a move that nobody saw coming. She began openly aligning herself with Donald Trump, not subtly, not vaguely, but loudly, publicly, unapologetically. She appeared at conservative events, she spoke about religion, she praised Trump as a role model. And then came the moment that truly broke the internet. Photos of Nicki holding hands with Trump on stage. That image spread everywhere. And people weren't just confused, they were furious. Her fan base has always included huge LGBTQ support. And suddenly, many felt betrayed. Others defended her, saying she could support whoever she wanted. But either way, Nicki wasn't backing down. She basically told the world the backlash only made her go harder. And then came the Grammys. She didn't attend, but her presence still dominated the night, because Trevor Noah made jokes about her Trump affiliation during the opening monologue. And Nicki was watching, and what happened next was pure chaos. Nicki went online and unleashed one of the most talked about social media spirals in years. She accused the Grammys of being a ritual. She attacked celebrities. She went after Jay-Z again. She lashed out at journalists. She posted nonstop. And even though she wasn't physically at the ceremony, her post generated tens of millions of views. She wasn't on the Grammy stage, but she became the show. And while people were focused on Nicki's meltdown, something else was happening quietly. Because Jay-Z and Beyonce weren't just dealing with Nicki. Storms were closing in from every direction. And one of the biggest was something that refuses to die: the paternity lawsuit. For over a decade, a man named Rymir has claimed Jay-Z is his biological father. The allegation goes back to the early 1990s. He and his godmother fought through courts for years, demanding a DNA test. Jay-Z's team called it harassment, extortion, a fabrication, and legally, Jay-Z won. In early 2026, the case was dismissed permanently. The court even ordered legal fees to be paid back. On paper, that looks like total victory. But the internet doesn't work on paper. The public kept asking the same question. If it's completely fake, why not take the test and end it forever? That question hung in the air like smoke. And even though Jay-Z stayed silent, the whispers didn't. And then, as if that wasn't enough, Kanye West poured gasoline on everything. In 2025, Kanye went on one of the most disturbing rants of his career. He targeted Jay-Z, he targeted Beyonce, and worst of all, he dragged their children into it. The backlash was instant. Even people who usually defend Kanye were horrified. Beyonce's father spoke out. Tina Knowles appeared to shade him. Even Suge Knight called him out. And Kanye eventually posted something that looked like an apology. But it lasted less than an hour. Because right after, he posted more vulgar, disrespectful comments. It wasn't remorse, it was sabotage. And through all of it, Jay-Z and Beyonce stayed quiet. No messy interviews, no public screaming, just silence. But silence doesn't erase pressure. And the final haunting reminder of that was the elevator. Everybody remembers 2014, the Met Gala after party. The footage, Solange attacking Jay-Z inside an elevator, Beyonce standing there expressionless. That video became one of the most infamous celebrity moments ever. For years, people wondered what happened. Jay-Z addressed it vaguely on his album 444, but the full truth was never really confirmed. And then, in late 2025, new rumors surfaced. A designer claimed the fight may have started over something as small as Jay-Z complimenting another woman's outfit. That revelation reignited everything. People started rewatching the footage frame by frame, asking questions all over again. Because the elevator wasn't just a fight, it was a crack in the perfect empire image. And now, with Nicki raging, with lawsuits resurfacing, with Kanye attacking, with old scandals returning, people are starting to wonder, is the Carter Empire finally vulnerable? Jay-Z and Beyonce are not just celebrities. They are the closest thing music has to royalty. Jay-Z went from the Marcy Projects to becoming hip-hop's first billionaire. Beyonce became the most awarded artist in Grammy history. Together, their legacy is untouchable. But even the biggest empires face storms. And Nicki Minaj is not just throwing shade, she's throwing grenades. The real question is, does Nicki actually know something? Is she exposing real betrayal behind industry doors? Or is this what happens when money, ego, and power collide in public? Because if Nicki truly believes she was robbed, she won't stop. And if Jay-Z continues staying silent, the internet will keep filling in the blanks. This story isn't over. It might just be beginning. So now I want to ask you, do you think Nicki is revealing something real? Or is this the start of another industry war? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more deep dives into the scandals shaking hip-hop right now, make sure you subscribe, because the next chapter could be even crazier.